What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the After Hours discussion. I'm your host, the AHLX, and welcome to My Dear Media Land. Don't go anywhere because this host is about to do the most.
This is the After Hours discussion with your host, the HLX.
All right, guys, so welcome back to the After Hours discussion again. I'm your host, the HLX. Last week, I was joined by Nieves Almaraz, wall educator and owner of How to Fade Barber School. But today, we're going to switch it back up to music, because today, I'm going to be joined by Sinista Music Groups' very own Sinista. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. How's it going, man?
How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing all right, man. Everything's going great, man.
Good. All right, how was it getting here?
Oh, man, it was easy today, Traffic wasn't so bad,
All right. Cool, Sinista. So Sinista, after dipping, into what you're about, what you do, you wear many hats, man.
I have to.
Many hats.
Yeah.
Would you like to start actually letting people know exactly what it is that you do?
First and foremost, I'm a label owner of Sinista Music Group. Started it back in 2017. Also, I manage my artist Starboy Zello, which he was on this very show a couple weeks ago. I do the designs. I do the labels. I do a lot, man. I do marketing for artists. If they need help, they can come to me. We get a marketing plan for them for their singles or for their albums.
Oh, hey, we'll have to talk after this. But as far as so again, that's like four different,
Yeah.
not five that I just heard right there.
Yeah,
but
4 or 5, sometimes 6.
Exactly.
Whatever needs to be done, man.
Exactly. So we dated back to when it all began. Of course, I think everybody has, just like Zello, the inspirations, the people that start them to do all this. Who jump started and what inspired you to get involved into all this music aspect of things?
Um, the craziest thing is my sister. She used to sit there and force me to listen to all her favorite R&B group songs, and they were good, like SWV and stuff like that. And then coming up in the kids in the early '90s, of course, like people like Tupac, LL Cool J, Biggie Smalls, to the early 2000s, Lil Wayne, which he's on like a couple of years older than me. That was like, to see somebody who's on like 2 years older than me actually being the mainstream artist, and then seeing him grow as an artist he's become now. He's more of a pop star than a rap star,
Oh, yeah. And it's crazy because actually Zello had mentioned that was one of the guys who
Yeah.
he looked up to, and here you guys go. But
Yeah.
go ahead.
Yeah, and the Jay-Z's, but I think Lil Wayne be like one of my favorite artists. Of course, Kanye West, Chicago's own, people like Lupe Fiasco. Then I do get inspirations from other genres of music like country, rock and roll. Red Hot Chili Peppers is one of my favorite groups. Korn.
Okay.
Stuff like that.
So you really you dip hands into all types
Yeah.
of music, not
Yeah.
just try and stick it to one, but you definitely, would you say that type of stuff, because again, one of the things you do is create your own music.
Mm-hmm.
So would you say that type of stuff, all those, even like those rock bands and everything, taking inspiration as to how you produce and how you do your sound?
Of course, because I like bass. I like certain bass lines. I like certain guitar riffs. I take inspiration from all music because it's art to me. It's not just music. It's art, and I like the way art is expressed from different angles and different aspects.
So as far as, again, so with the music side, I know you mentioned to me something as far as on the music side of things, and I want to say this is the next year that came into play years later after you got involved again as a child.
Mm-hmm.
At your young ages, you said something about a rap group. You
Okay,
were where
okay.
it all started, basically.
So where it all really started was, this is after I went to Chicago State. I had friends who they all used to rap, and then I started rapping with them. We formed a group called the Junior Heavies.
Okay.
So we come up with songs and concepts. People, we'll be, hanging out on the block. People like, what you guys do? Like, we do this and that. We rap, like, oh yeah, what y'all got? We'll turn the car radio on, and we do like 6, 7 songs. The whole block just lit. You know what I'm saying? Loving every word. Like, man, that's like, y'all got hit songs, man.
Okay.
So it came from that. Only downfall that we didn't have the right, I think back then, no one had the right guidance to get us to a level where we can get our music heard by just outside of the neighborhood.
Okay. And as far as for this group, I don't know if you would like to talk on behalf of him, but what happened within the time for you to make your way out and then start
Oh
with
no,
something else.
oh no, no issues there, man. It's still all love because we still at the end of the day we're all still brothers. We still hang out, call each other, talk to each other. Um, life, bills,
Definitely.
it's hard to put 100% into anything when you have to stress about everyday life stuff. Back then I didn't have anyone push me or motivating me to keep going like I do. Like now, I just have to I push myself and motivate myself. I started pushing that wagon myself, and I started, connecting with people, like-minded people that were willing to put in the work like I put in the work. So to me, it was a lack of we didn't really have the guidance, and some of us really didn't we didn't have the motivation, or we weren't willing to push ourselves past. We have bills, or we have everyday life. I think when you love something, man, you have to sacrifice, and you just have to make that leap of faith. And some of the guys, they were into it, but they weren't into it like to get us to the next level.
Okay, that's interesting actually. And as far as of course to get to the next level is again no bash or anything, but you just saw that next level would have been starting your own thing, which is we'll
Yeah.
get into those details because again when I say own thing again, one of those hats that you wear is a record label.
Yeah. So so originally, everybody wanted to get a record deal from a mainstream record label, but I started talking to business owners and people that have been in the industry for a while. I'm like, sometimes the best thing to do is go independent, and then if you're independent, you can shop your label to mainstream labels, which I think eventually I'm gonna start doing to get like an imprint deal or something like that.
Okay.
But yeah, that started, but that turned to me going ahead, starting my own thing, doing my own music, making creating my own sound, collabing with engineers and producers and stuff like that, and people who are willing to put in the work like I put in the work. You know, um, that's actually how I met Thought Boy as well.
Okay.
He's actually him and my niece. They used to go out. They end up having a baby and stuff like that. So that's how I know him. And just one day he heard me at the kitchen table. I got my Bluetooth speaker on, writing a song. Like, man, I love that beat. I think I got something to go with. Hey, come on, go for it. And he actually outshined me on that song. So, and I love stuff like that. If you can outshine me, and I think I'm a pretty dope artist, so that I love stuff like that. So I took him under my wing.
Okay.
That's when the second hat would come as a manager.
Right, because
You
he did
know.
mention that he went through a few managers before he actually,
Mhm.
full on, like locked and loaded with you. As far as with all this music production and everything, would you say that Zello was a good reasoning or a big spark to what he is a big spark to your music label? Like, was that the reasoning you actually like said, I'm gonna start a label? Like, why not?
Actually, I started it before I even met him, but he is one of the sparks for my label. He's one of the people that give me motivation because now it's just not me. I have somebody else depending on me, so that makes me even push even harder. And then he told me how the story about his other manager, how they were, and I'm a person before anything. I'm a man before anything. I just don't agree with treating people wrong and doing things the way they do it per se. I know it's a lot of managers out here / artists. What they want to do is they want to be the star.
Right.
And sometimes when you're managing or you have your own label, sometimes you have to take a backseat to people who like shine brighter than yours. It doesn't dim your light. It's just their light shines a little bit brighter.
Try not to pull off the Diddy thing,
Yeah.
basically, and kind of
Yeah.
give them that free space. Because
Yeah.
I mentioned that because if when you mention something like that, that's like one of the first thing that comes to my mind is like the P Diddy's and the
Yeah.
the Suge Knights even, probably a
Yeah.
horrible one to come around right now. But
Yeah.
it's you're just trying to steer, or you're trying to get everybody that, or at least for now, Zello, while you
Yeah.
start finding your way to other
Yeah.
artists.
Yeah, and of course I got a cameo on both of his videos.
Yeah.
Which I pay for him, so I pay for him, so that's what it's gonna be for But he's a good kid, so that's why we collab, and he has a nice work ethic. There's a lot of people out here that have a whole bunch of talent. It's the work ethic behind that talent.
Exactly. Exactly. All right, Sinista, I'm gonna have you hold off on any more details as far as music related anything. We're gonna go to a quick commercial break. When you get back, I want to dip hands into a little bit of that label we're talking about and
Okay.
a few other hats that you're wearing. All right.
All right.
So don't go anywhere, guys. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
If you're looking for a tattoo apprenticeship and can't find a good place to take one, look no further. Welcome to Toltec Tattoo, where you can get taught the basics of tattooing and more advanced techniques by Julio Gomez, a tattoo artist with over 15 years of experience. By the end of the training, you'll have the right skills and techniques to get you tattooing in a healthy and safe way and start your tattoo career. If you're interested in becoming a tattoo apprentice, speak to us today.
And we're back. This is the After Hours discussion with your host, the HLX.
All right, guys, and welcome back to the After Hours discussion. I'm your host, the HLX, and I'm joined here with Sinista. Sinista, let's greet the people back.
How's it going, everybody, man?
All right, so we went to commercial break right before going. We were talking about some details about as far as your record label, as far as managing how it goes. Any more details you want to add on as far as managing a label over managing an artist, but as far as on the label aspect besides.
Managing a label, just it's a lot of hard decisions, man. Sometimes, cause I'm also an artist too. I want to put music out, but I do as a CEO, as a business person, I have to want to put my best foot forward. Sometimes that means push my own projects back to push the better projects forward. Things I think that'll get more fire. Managing the artist. It has its ups and downs. You have to make sure he has his wardrobe when it comes down to performance or video shoots. Try to get him on time to places like the podcast or radio shows or TV shows. But it's satisfying when I see him going and nailing the interview, nailing those questions and, knowing how to interact with people. It's like it's becoming second nature to my artist, and that's what I want because I want him to be a public figure.
Okay. So one question that I have, and again, you can tackle this however you want, because again, you have Zello under your label, right?
Yes.
What makes Zello, you opinion that you manage him? What makes him so different from other people that just come up and say, I'm an artist? What makes him different? What makes him, for you to be able to say, yep, I'm signing him. Again, I know you guys have some, communicate as far as family-wise, but you get a lot of people who say, oh, I'm an artist, I do this, I do that. What makes Zello so different for you?
With Zello, it's a few different things, actually, that comes into play that made me want to sign him. One, he makes really dope music. Talent is a big part, of being an artist, But with that being said, there are a lot of artists out with talent. Two, he's willing to put the work in behind his talent.
Right.
And that's like the major part of it for me. Another part is he listens to me, He listens to me, you got people like, oh, I want to do it this way.
Exactly.
He takes criticism very well. He takes direction very well. He doesn't get an attitude. If he did get an attitude, he doesn't show it to me. He keeps it 100% professional.
Love it.
When it comes to that. Those are the three main parts when it comes to me if I want to sign you as an artist. Talent, the work ethic, and can you take direction,
True. Well, three things that I definitely see a lot of people lacking nowadays, but hey, oh well.
Yeah, I know, man. People come to me every day, oh, man, I got this kid, he can rap. They have talent, but I tell them to do certain things before I see where their mindset is.
Yeah.
And a lot of times they're like, they don't do it. Oh, man, I'll do it eventually. Oh, this is your career, man. If you really want to be serious about it, I'm giving you some steps, and I'm giving you free game.
Exactly. So on the side of that Sinista Music Group part, I know you've had a lot of work with another label, a label where actually I'm now getting very, very familiarized with, Urban Grind TV. So where does this Sinista Group, Urban Grind collab come into play?
Man, first of all, Urban Grind is like my second family, first and foremost. Second of all, Urban Grinders, they're the ones who actually, I wanted to name my company something different. They're the ones suggested Sinista Music Group because of my stage name.
Gotcha.
And they just been, it's just from day one they've been there for me. They never steered me wrong. I tried working with other people as like management companies or labels or whatever. You know, it doesn't feel right, and it just doesn't go right. So sometimes you just have to go for that 1-2 punch. And they've been pushing me to do stuff on my own too. So I have been. Just been they've gave me a lot of free game, and everything isn't just about money with them. They want stuff to be professional. They want stuff to be excellent. They want the stuff I put out to be the creme de la creme.
Gotcha.
So, and then it's love working with them, man. I had a few interviews with them. Actually, we're in talks about getting a new facility together.
Okay. Hey, shout out to
So
Wally, seriously,
yeah,
for what
talking
he's
about,
been, yeah.
yeah, he's an excellent mentor. He's just been teaching me a lot of business stuff. He's been in the game for, man, if I'm not mistaken, 20 plus years. Mr. Music is his business.
Yeah,
His motto, which it is. He has a lot of game. He knows a lot of stuff, man. He does so much for me, and it is all of it isn't about money. Like I said, he gives me direction. Like I said about Zello, he's able to take direction. As a leader, I'm able to take direction because I know how to lead. So I also know how to follow. People give me if it's good advice, I'll take it. And I'll listen. Even if I don't like it at first, I'll still consider it.
How much of that do you not see people do in the industry? Meaning, don't listen, don't this, and how does it affect them, and how does it look?
They put out, like I said, there are a lot of artists out here with talent, but they don't put the work ethic, or they don't take direction well. They don't put out good projects to me.
Okay.
I know a few artists they go from the studio and think you're supposed to go straight to the stage. There's a lot of work in between the studio and the stage. Is our tracks mixed and mastered? Is the audio quality good? Is the engineering good? A lot of people they think they go in the basement studio, which I'm not knocking basement studios because some people can actually produce great music from a basement studio.
Oh yeah.
But is your music quality? And I'm telling people this, and then I pay them attention. Oh no, I got a show, and I'm hearing stuff that's unfinished. Just a lot of stuff. So it doesn't. It ruins the quality of their projects to me.
And the image, if you want.
And the image, and then and then if they don't have the work act, they do it once, and then that's it. They're like a one and done type of thing. This is longevity for me, man. This is me chasing my dream. I'm not gonna. If you want this, you're gonna have to put the same work in me because it's not just something that's gonna benefit me. It's something that's benefiting you as well.
Exactly. And I love the way how you laid, the bad side of things and how it can affect, and as far as on the good side of things as well, because I think that's something that a lot of people who are wanting to dip hands into the industry, definitely need to hear this type of stuff, especially from somebody who's not just managing but also doing their own thing on the music side of things. So we talked Sinista Music Group. Now just give us a little bit of Sinista Music. What's Sinista Music, and as far as how in depth are you going to get in with it?
Right now, so I think right now as a record label, Sinista Music, I think we have about 4 projects out. Let me see. We got Lust. That's on all platforms. We have Talk a Lot. Concrete Reaction just dropped on the 21st. And we also have Viral. Zello's actually getting ready to drop another one in a few weeks called Hey. So we got like 5 projects, and I'm planning on releasing 3 more before the end of the year, hopefully.
Okay.
If not 3 more, 2 more.
Yeah, don't go too go with that. But again, as far as because we're gonna touch bases, because I want you to mention this again at the end here after you do your thing, all right?
Yeah, for
but
sure.
For the most part, I mean, Sinista Music Group though, this is right now, this is the trail you're following right now, and anything else you want to add on before?
Man, it's like, yeah, I mean, it's a lot of good, it's some bad. You're gonna have bad experiences, man.
Yeah.
I went on a tour, man. The trip was fine, but it was a lot of things and details. The person who organized the thing wasn't keeping it. She's a good person. I don't want to mention any names because she is a good person. It's just things that happened, and she just wasn't communicating with the artist what was going on.
All
You
right,
know.
all right. Sinista, don't mean to cut you off because we're going to go to a quick commercial break again. All right, guys. Again, you guys heard the details. We're going to go to a quick commercial break, but when we get back, Sinista's going to be doing this thing and performing an original. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
And we're back. This is the After Hours discussion with your host, the HLX.
All right, just like we promised you guys, here he is performing his unreleased original, SMG's own Sinista.
Yeah. This is Sinista Music Group, original by me, Sinista. Shout out to the After Hours discussion, Hector and the whole crew. Let's get it. Sinista Music Group. I ain't playing nigga, I kill niggas. I ain't a gangster, but I get on some gangster shit. Take care, bitch, I put out a hit. Blink twice, nigga, then that's it. Stop playing for the tag on your toe hang. Say the wrong shit and make your brains hang. Pistol in my boxer, cuz I ain't boxing niggas. Cock back game, man, start dropping niggas. Niggas wonder me as only one option. Get on that dumb shit, then I start popping. I was raised by real niggas, savages. Talk to get money, stay out of fuck shit. I try to keep the peace, so I keep the peacekeeper. How you playing chess with the Grim Reaper? Kind-hearted, but I got a big temper. You get on my bad side, you better remember. Get on that dumb shit, I got no options. Pop the trunk, then I start popping. Got a few niggas, no stopping. Get reckless, only one option. I hop out, then I start dropping. Run up, and you can get it. I ain't never run from shit, I'm with it. You want smoke, and you can get it. Get on that dumb shit, I got no options. Pop the trunk, then I start dropping. Got a few niggas, no stopping. Get reckless, only one option. I hop out, then I start dropping. Run up, and you can get it. I ain't never run from shit, I'm with it. You want smoke, and you can get it. Get on that dumb shit, I got no options. Pop the trunk, then I start dropping. Got a few niggas, no stopping. Get reckless, only one option. I hop out, then I start dropping. Run up, and you can get it. I ain't never run from shit, I'm with it. You want smoke, then nigga, you can get it. Nigga wanna play like every day. Get out of pocket, I'll let the thing spray. Fuck with me, I'll make it go away. I suggest you watch what you say. Keep it on me if a nigga wanna plot. Microwave, make a nigga go pop. Get on that bullshit, I make this bitch hot. Get on my business, I'd rather you not. Niggas running mouth, get on the tough shit. I walk up and make your shit split. It's over quick, call it a hit. Your body land cold in a ditch. Stay out my way, I'm trying to get rich. How you miss you, bleach you, bitch. I don't fit niggas, only self-destruction. Fuck with me and it's repercussions. Get on the dumb shit, I got no options. Pop the trunk, then I start dropping. Got a few niggas, no stopping. Get reckless, only one option. I hop out, then I start dropping. Run up, and you can get it. I ain't never run from shit, I'm with it. You want smoke, and you can get it. Get on the dumb shit, I got no options. Pop the trunk, then I start dropping. Got a few niggas, no stopping. Get reckless, only one option. I hop out, then I start dropping. Run up, and you can get it. I ain't never run from shit, I'm with it. You want smoke, and you can get it. Get on the dumb shit, I got no options. Pop the trunk, then I start dropping. Got a few niggas, no stopping. Get reckless, only one option. Hop out, then I start dropping. Run up, and you can get it. I ain't never run from shit, I'm with it. You want smoke, and nigga, you can get it. Shout out to the After Hour discussion, the whole crew, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Hector, it's another one, man.
All right, Sinista.
Yeah, man.
Where did that come from, huh? Where
Man.
did that come from?
Oh, man, you know, it's a exclusive. I brought that one out the chamber just for you guys, man.
Appreciate the love, man.
Yeah.
So how long has this one been in the books and written?
Whew, about a year now. Like I said, this is one of my joints I did push back because I had other stuff to do. But, you know, it goes like that sometimes. But this is gonna probably get released around October or September or something like that.
So if you guys want to hear it, it's going to be on this show. That's right, for the next few months. This will be the only show that we'll be able to hear this on then?
Yeah.
Awesome. I love it. So as far as, being touching on music, what do you have coming right now? What do you have in the next few months, year or so, coming out as far as music production, Sinista Music Group, and just managing Zello in general? Like, what do you guys have going on right now?
So well with Zello, Congre's is gonna be a trilogy. So there's gonna be two more parts to that song. Um, for this year, I plan on dropping two or three more singles for the label. Like I said, if any artist wants to get managed and they willing to put the work in, just come to me with the mix and master version of your songs. Actually, come with a few songs so we can pick the best song, and I come up with a marketing plan that fits your budget.
Awesome. And as far as, we're talking bases and all that, so you want to let them know where we can find you as far as all Sinister Music Group pages, yourself, a number, an email. We'll
Okay.
put it on the link description below, guys. But
So I do have a website, sinistermusicgroup.com. You can email me directly from that site. My phone number and everything's on that site. Social media, Sinister Music Group on IG, Twitter, and Facebook. If you guys want to DM me, you can DM me, and I have no problems. I do reply back to anything. If you guys wanna work with me, that's fine. It's like I said, I want stuff that's already mixed and mastered, and we'll come up with a marketing strategy that fits your budget.
awesome. Hey, again, you guys here to hear first. You guys need somebody? Sinister Music Group is one of the places to go. On the side of any performances, any kind of shows, venues you guys might be hitting pretty soon. What do you guys have coming in the next few months?
So I do. I'm working on a couple of venues for the up and coming months for Zello and myself. Some places out in Indiana. I plan on booking us to perform. Um, Probably beginning of August, end of this month, but most definitely in August. I got stuff planned for us. Like I said, if you guys wanna know where we're gonna perform at, follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, or go to sinistermusicgroup.com and send me a message and say performance, and I'll let you know. I'll give you a list of anything that we got coming up.
Awesome, man. Serious. And as far as for the next few years, let's talk maybe 5 to 10 years. What plans, what goals do you ultimately would like to and plan on reaching?
Um, Most definitely. Next 5 years, I want to shop my label out, possibly get like an imprint deal.
Okay.
That way we can have more resources to help more people out. My main thing is to basically help Chicago artists that are willing to work and take direction. Get them to a level where they can music be seen and heard.
Hey, watch a few of my last episodes. You might find something you like there.
Yeah.
Sinister. But on the side of it again, label, Zello. How about yourself? As far as for yourself, what do you got coming?
Like I said, I'm gonna be dropping that song that you guys just heard called No Options. I'm also gonna be dropping a joint with Zello. Actually, gonna be dropping two joints with Zello. One's a song called It Ain't Nothing. The other song is called So Nice.
Okay.
Be looking out for that. End of the year, beginning of next year.
It's gonna have to be something nice for us
Yeah.
to listen to. But as far as now, artist, you have Zello. You've been with him for a few years now.
Yeah.
Is there a future as far as for more artists to come and play for you, Sinister? And if there is, I don't know if you have someone in mind already at the moment they could be watching, or just as far as I think the question will steer more as like, are you taking in more artists? Are you looking? Are you going out there to concerts or venues, little local ones, and looking to see who you could potentially reach out to? Is there any of that coming into play?
I'm always looking out for new artists, but like I said, they have to fit that criteria. Like I said, a lot of people have talent, but it's the other two parts that are necessary. I don't want to be the guy that has to constantly call you, man. Did you get this done? Did you get that done? When is this gonna be done? Or how you going with that? So like I said, you must be able to take direction, and you must be willing to work.
Okay.
You know,
All right.
it's not really that hard to do.
All right,
It's
well,
just effort.
all right, well, Sinister, I thank you so much for being here on the After Hours discussion. It was a good time, incredible song. Again, you guys want to hear it only on this show. Um, I want to thank you for being here. You know, want to let people know. Again, let's close it out. Let them know. Again, as far as anything else, Sinister, you want to let them know?
Yeah, man. Just if you guys are willing to pursue your dreams, man, make sure you just do it, man. Full force. Don't let nobody say you can't do it. Keep your foot on the gas and just keep going, man. It's life.
All right, guys, and that was Sinister Music for you guys. So make sure you join us next week because next week we're gonna have a different type of talent coming. That's right, because next week we're gonna be joined by a Chicago tattoo artist, Julio Gomez. That's right. So we hope to see you next week on the After Hours discussion. I'm your host, the HLX. Until next time.
Hey, TDK, just killed that beat though.
Thanks for tuning in on the After Hours discussion. Until next time.